Welcome everyone. Welcome back to ITeLearn. This is Karthik from ITeLearn.com. We are here focused on September training for the year 2025. Last 9 months, there was a lot of focus from my end as well to learn all the possible concepts within the world of AI that not only makes my job easy, but also that helps my student community to better build their career forward. So we had to go through a lot of learnings. And then for me, it was very critical that how do we put them all together into one end-to-end program? And I started building around it. And at the high level today, what we'll do is we'll talk about that. I want to talk about future of software engineers in world of AI. We'll explore what we learn in Notebook LM. I think we'll start with that first, and then we'll go to the future of software engineers, or we'll ask Notebook LM itself to do that. Um, Notebook LM is from Google, and it helps us in something related with RAG, retrieval augmented generation, where you give it specific context and it'll try and explore around that. I use AI to a large extent, not only for my actual tech work, but also to do simple tasks, team. And what we are trying to do, focused in September training, is make sure we go through all of them. I've divided that into 4 modules, team. We'll go through each module at length first. AI and Python programming fundamentals. So there's a lot that's happening in AI. Yes, we will get to vibe coding, prompt engineering, GenAI, RAG, and all these concepts, but we have to go through the Python fundamentals once again, team. Uh, with CoPilot or Cursor and so many other tools that are helping us generate new code and actually not let us do any more coding further, there is still a significant importance for Python. You all have to get the Python fundamentals cleared. So we'll go through those basics. We'll go through how we use simple AI. Then we'll go into the module 2. We have to master the art of prompt engineering, team. There are so many variations and styles that we do. We have to make sure that we have these minimal kind of retakes and it is all clear. It is not trying to give us something ambiguous. So how do we design our prompts in such a way that there's no ambiguity, or it gives us more precise responses, quicker responses without having to do repromptings and so on. Vibe coding becomes critical, where we are using the power of AI as our coding assistant on the side, and it will help us do right from the basic to building very complex applications. So what is that whole? Then RAG, AI agents and automation, that's a big world. Um, how we solve things within quality engineering space. A lot of us as an audience have either been associated with test automation or being an SDET or a quality assurance engineer. And that's where quality engineering has become one of the focus areas where automation could easily solve since mid 2000s, about 20 years ago. We will also focus on CV building, career guidance, and AI projects team. At the end of all this, the intent is for you to be very comfortable within trying to understand how to take the skills into the market, how to feel confident, how to showcase that, yes, I know these fundamental concepts, and that is where the new roles will come in. Let's go through the training agenda and calendar a little bit. And at any point you have questions, you can start putting it in the questions box. I will start coming to them. So module 1 is actually broken down into 3 or 4 sessions, team. And what I showed you in the flyer diagram was more of the summarized version of it. What we'll do in the first session is get you prepared with AI. So let's start looking at some of the core concepts, chatbots, what is the future and evolution of AI, little history, but let's jump main into using AI to do some programming. Google Colab is a great way, team, to get started. It helps us write small, simple Python scripts and be able to execute. It might not do a full-fledged project with files and other integrations yet, but that's a great start through which we can learn Python fundamentals. And there's nothing much to set up there. So once we learn the programming fundamentals, we'll go into data structures like pandas, lambdas, and all the control flow and so on. APIs are very critical, team. This is one section which I have consistently been trying to coach people on. And if I'm building any AI solution, it should be API ready, because in today's world, APIs let us connect with almost any of the systems available. So that's a great way to stay connected. So how do we do Python requests and do APIs at a programming level is very important. Then remember, I was talking prompt engineering and AI assisted development. So that is where we'll go deeper into building apps now, from learning how to do simple programming to building more apps. So like Cursor AI, Replit, Claude, all of these. The intent of this training is as we go through each session, and our trainings will happen on the weekdays. We'll do research projects on the on the weekends as our trainings, and weekdays is a research project. You have to practice a little team. 2 hours training requires about 4 hours of practice at your end. I will go through very quickly on how I explore, and then you will have to put that into action. So as you learn Python, as you learn each and every tool, not only are you adding it to the skill set, you also have to add it to your resume. So that way your professional profile is getting built in the parallel. All right. And one more advice, team. I've been in the space for a long time, and I want to mention one thing, that do not give too much time. Do not believe that you're not ready. You can very quickly equip, upgrade your skills, and get into the market. And if you are in QA and if you have moved to automation already, so it's primarily QA to automation to AI. That is what. So there is a lot of importance of the concept of automation in general that AI tools talk and use, team. So if you've already done some test automation, that's a good start for you. And that'll easily give you, explain to you how AI is trying to automate similar tasks for the human. All right, Python libraries, a lot of libraries, team. Matplotlib, SciPy, Scikit-learn, um, SciPy, PyTorch, TensorFlow. So these are concepts where we really have to explain. So at least one session we should deep dive into some advanced Python concepts. That would basically give us a good control by end of session 8, session 9. We've also gone through some QB tools like TestIM, Mabel. We'll try and explore some on my machine. I don't know VP.io. Oh, it's Whoopy.io. I think that's what he put it as, VP.io. And discussing test trigger. So this is, again, if you notice, it's an AI generated, but curated a little based on my initial content and what I wanted to do. Playwright MCP Cursor, another huge concept, team. Playwright is from Microsoft, and it's a tool where it is helping to automate. It has been well adopted and received in the software testing on automation world. Now, there's a whole concept of MCP, a Model Context Protocol. It basically lets me to connect to Playwright and its features and its capabilities without me having to install or set up Playwright at my end. Tools like Cursor AI or Claude will automatically connect to Playwright features that are available via MCP, and it'll execute it directly. So the modern test automation has become very, very simple, team. Teams are using Cursor or VSS with CoPilot, and they're building entire application without having to give it to testing, because testing is coming in-house into the dev teams. And as they write code, they're asking Playwright or other tools to test it immediately. That's where Foxes also comes in, where it not only works as an automation tool, but very good in quality engineering and test automation. Agents, team, another concept. So look at how many concepts we are having to go through, but these are concepts that we've explored, we've done sessions, we've been focused on this for the last 9 months. We have existing content, but in this batch we will build it again, so we understand in every key principle. We'll compare some of the popular ones like N8 Make, Crew.ai, and even Foxes, and how it helps in automating our tasks. Then there are key principles for prompting agents and typical agent tasks, what we want our agents to do. So agents are different from your um, LLMs or GenAI. LLMs or GenAI, basically you give a text prompt or context prompt, and it will give you a text response or an image or something like that. It will create for you. Agents help you to do tasks. It is like go to one website, do something, call a few APIs, do something else, go to somewhere else to a database. And sorry, if there's a background noise, I'll just go muted for 30 seconds. All right, I hope my audio is okay. So, and then last is the module team. We want to do a lot of case studies. We want to talk about where businesses are implementing automation and AI. There are about 3, 4 key projects that we are working from Varkasa Inc. And those are coming up pretty well. And how we're using AI to build these. Foxes is one of them. There's an EMS project. There's an IoT project. We're doing something on the quality engineering. We're also building something for as a co-agent along with Cursor. So how Foxes works in tune with Cursor, career guidance and so on. So that will be our primary focus team and some of the key technologies out here. I'll take a pause and ask and look for any questions from the audience. Ting, ting, ting. Okay, I have a few there. Then I don't need, oh, yeah, this is a good one. I don't need this. I don't need this. This. I think everything is in Google out here, maybe. Yeah. Let's see. Karthik, are module 2 and 3 more focused on QA in in general AI? So, okay, QA only a little bit that we will focus, which will be based in module 3 out here. And even specifically, we're looking at 2 sessions in it, where module 3 is focusing on AI in automation and testing. So how do we do API automation? It is not only for software testing as a process. You could automate a business process or a workflow. Data science library. So there's still Python within module 3. Session 9 and 10, AI in testing and Playwright plus MCP cursor. That is where we will also retouch on some of the most interesting things happening there. I think this is whoopee.io. Did I answer your question? All right. So the same thing is about at the end of it, what are most of the tools that we will cover? This list is a good list. It would never be a comprehensive list. The AI world is growing so rapidly that we will keep getting new tools into the market that we have to quickly learn. So your ability to learn things quickly and being able to adapt them into your projects and your work is very important thing. So in the next 4 weeks, 5 weeks, we'll try and complete to learn most of it. You should be comfortable, team. The videos will be there. You should be able to easily go through them. You also have access to the other trainings that we have. So let me bring this here. On ITeLearn.com, you have the AI this week, QA2AI and AI essentials for all. Even if you go to the all courses and just search for AI, as a member, you get access to everything, team. We are not giving like you only have specific access. You'll have access to everything that we're doing. So these 4 ones are very critical in the for AI thing. We've been doing QA to AI. We in fact had AI ML with Python. So a lot of videos there. AI ML this week is where I'm trying to organize all our videos by date. So that way you can go and easily access as well, apart from topics. Then there is AI essentials for all. So now we are doing is like a combination of all of these put together into one, starting from beginning. So what I would suggest, Hitesh, is just search for anything that you're looking for out here and you should be able to find. Maybe there's no direct, even AWS I don't see. Um, there should have been something on cloud, but let me check and get back to you. All right, and now let's look at what I did with Notebook LM team. So there was always this earlier one where whatever I'm trying to do with ITeLearn and teaching and all that, I put it up here. And then I also added, where is September training out here? Okay, this one. All right. So the September training PDF, and which is basically the entire document that I just walked you through, the Word doc here. I've added that to Notebook LM, and I've added some of the recent videos that I've seen in the world of AI and Python and so on, just to get a comprehensive idea. What is it that I am thinking of teaching? and what is it that the students will get. So I've generated a few things based on this context that we did. And team, if someone is not new to Notebook LM, you can just go to notebooklm.google.com and play around. It's very easy. You just add sources. You have a specific type of sources that you can choose and start researching and exploring. But when we get into our training from tomorrow, we'll go through each tool multiple times. That way you understand what it does. At a high level, I can generate a few things. Even I can generate an FAQ document. I can have a mind map team. The mind map is a very good and interactive way for you to understand what's happening. So we're talking mastering AI skills in 2025. So what are the key differentiators for success? Deep market customer understanding, AI skills and tool proficiency. So that's a key thing. So if I want to know more about AI skills and tool proficiency, I would click on it and generate content based on that. This is my interest. Let me share this to you all. Anyone with the link can view maybe. Okay. And then I'll put it in the chat and also in our doc. Which doc? There was a notepad doc out here. All right. So the reason I want you to access this is it'll help you research further. And what are the skills or tools that I know and I'm not able to, or I still need to learn? Even for me, when I uploaded all of these videos, I know that there'll be a lot of new topics that I don't know or tools. So how do I make best use of that for me and see which I know, which I don't, and research more. So this LLM and there's multimodal prompt engineering, a lot of concepts team that we really have to look at how we grow from just a pure text-based LLM to multi-modes of media that you can submit. AI agents, concepts and framework, AI training and learning. So take this offline, this document, and it's a good one to research. And there were a few speakers who were talking about impacts of AI in industrial data and so on. What I'm trying to get at team is every organization, every small to large teams, technical teams are taking a lot of interest in what AI could do in their businesses. So there is a huge need immediately for people only with these roles. Everything else roles they have. They want AI engineers and they want AI architects. Engineers do everything. They code, they test, they doc, they deploy everything. The architects put up the high level design and say what tools to use, what frameworks, and what are our rules or guardrails that we put in place so that AI doesn't go off track. And they make sure they monitor and um, constantly bring AI innovation into the teams. This is all that is their team. If I am an entrepreneur, and if most of the entrepreneurs think like the way even I am able to think, all they need is to hire two people, AI engineers and AI architect. Have one architect, have dozen AI engineers, and you can do a lot of things. Who are these AI engineers team? Okay, there is nothing called fresher anymore. There's no concept. It has all got to do with skilled professionals. Okay, no freshers team. So I'm not saying, okay, even if you're in a college and if you're finishing studies, you're getting out, let's say in 2 years, you are supposed to start to work in AI already. All right. Now, you are someone who's already got experience in IT, in any field. Now, you have to take that experience. If you know coding, learn testing, how to do doc, how to do CI CD, and all these things, how to do project planning, plan and execute projects. So yes, there will be management. And oops, let me do it this way. AI innovation. Any questions, team? While I'm doing this, again, it's not. So there's no non AI skilled new team members required. So if any organization is looking for new people to get into their team, the first thing they'll check is what is your AI skill, and that is where their focus will be. So from my perspective, these are all it is. So we have a hands-on manager who gets best efficiency from the team. Now, do note team, I do a lot of advising to corporates and projects and teams. Now, once AI becomes explainable, which is XAI, and it is more trusted, we'll realize that um, cost of AI can be brought down, and we will automate more. So there are concepts which will totally ensure that we are not total AI dependent. Dependency is not needed. The big fear for corporations is if they adopt AI and they go ballistic and put it into all the departments, what happens if in 6 months or 1 year there is a concept that changes what we did? So they want to take it step by step, one project at a time, one department at a time, one feature at a time. The simplest thing they added is corporates started asking people, hey, use CoPilot, or use Cursor, or use Playwright, use MCP. So they're getting one after the other. Then they can do large implementation team. All right. So that's the concept of what I wanted to bring. I don't really have anything more to share. This is just the condensed format of what we want to do. But that's the agenda. What are your questions, team? And we have the schedule that I shared with you. We're meeting Saturday, Sunday at 8 to 10 a.m. Pacific. Today is just an orientation. And then we're going into deeper sessions. Waiting for your questions, please. And if you want to speak, have a question that you wanted unmuted, then raise your hand. And I would want you to, team, at any given point, if you have questions that are coming up for you, reach out to us and I'll guide you, because at the end of it, the most important thing is none of these concepts will get in fully in one training session or batch. You need to repeat these concepts 2-3 times. So that is where I plan to also conduct something similar in October, November, and hopefully for the next 6 months to a year. So you have a chance to keep repeating them. All right. Let's see this question. I put a question on your poll, team. The saying, are you in AI? And you have 4 options. Not yet. Basic know-how. Using few AI solutions. Actively working on AI solutions. When I'm saying on AI solutions, using AI solutions. Can you all help me answer that poll? And then I can close it. I've got 22% votes so far. Could you please clarify whether these modules are primarily intended for software developers, QA professionals, or combination of both? Yes. So the modules that we have prepared is for almost, even if you're a non-IT person, fresher who's still in college, you'll take 6 months. But if you're already in IT, let's say you know coding, you'll take 3 months. If you know testing, you'll take 4 months. If you've been doing a lot of automation SDET roles, it'll take you about a month and a half to adopt AI. So this training is suitable for anyone. I'm not focusing specifically, but we will learn how to code with AI. We learn how to do designs and architectures and so on. We're doing a lot of other tools, team, like crew.ai, eraser.io, Canva, where we're doing workflows, documentations, design diagrams, architecture diagrams. Those are very interesting. I've got about 89% votes and I'm closing this. Let's see what people have said. Close and share. So from the audience, this is what came up, team. I think, and I would love to see that last one, 0% actively working on AI solutions or with solutions to be increasing as we go through this training. Not yet is a good thing. So that means that at least 40% of you, the first one, are not yet there to start anything. And another 40% are basic know-how. So about 80% is still at a very beginning level team. And 25% is using few AI solutions. That's good. So this will change, team. It will get more bottom heavy as we go on, day after day, as we do. So, and when you're doing this, also participate in the live project. that will give you again a lot of um, great learnings to work on. Let's see, one more poll, please, and then any other questions in the chat? Would love to take it or raise your hand. Let's see, Aryan, I have about 15 polls. My Python skills. Okay, let's see this. So how good are our Python skills, team? Never worked on Py or other coding language, no Python, but worked on other coding. So you know some other coding. Comfortable with Python fundamentals, have advanced Py programming skills. Another one or two more polls after this, just to get a pulse of the audience and who you are. And everyone also understands where others are coming from. So far, we realize there's no AI expert in the team. Even I wouldn't call myself AI expert yet, but I'm getting there. I'm actively working daily in that journey. And there are a lot of AI beginners and enthusiasts. So that's a common thing we're seeing. Now let's see how we are on Python. Perfect. I got 80% votes. Yeah, 90%. There we go. I'm going to close this and share. All right. It looks like a similar story, team. 56% never worked on Python. So you have to start working, and that is easy. Tomorrow will be the first session for members, and that will go through PyCoding. 33% you worked on other coding, not Python. Maybe Java, maybe VBScript, maybe C, C++. I don't know which one you worked, but that's good because end of the day, programming languages try and solve the same purpose. They're just syntax different, their approaches sometimes, but they're common. 11% are comfortable with Py fundamentals. Though it looks like a small section of the audience, it is still a good percentage. It is not easy to say I'm comfortable with Python. In fact, the next poll should ideally be in 2 days or 3 days. Now, are you comfortable with Python vibe coding using Cursor or CoPilot and AI? And for that, I would definitely see a much better response. Thank you, team. And 0% have advanced Py program skills, and that's fine. And believe me, team, you do not have to have advanced skills on anything going forward. It is more on what we do. Last one, team. This is more also to understand your career goals. I would like to know what your focus is, what your current priorities are. And these are multiple choice, so you can select more than one option. One is to learn new skills, exposed to real life projects, and there were concepts about. There's some questions also coming in the chat saying what suggest how we should position our skills in the market. Specifically, should we be presenting ourselves in a software developer role, a QA role, or combination of both? So like I mentioned and I showed, AI engineer, AI architect, AI managers. You need to start working on projects. So the second option that you see, exposure to real projects, and add that at the top of your profile. Even if it is 6 months or 1 month, if you have the right words, that's a good starting point. At least your profile will have some weightage. So whatever you're learning, you have to apply it, team. And then building and upgrading your CV to latest marketing my profile. So this is also key thing. You worked and you're learning new things, or you did recent jobs. Maybe some of us got laid off as well in current situations. Then you are back in the market looking for it. The fourth is getting certified on new skills adopted. So sometimes certifications give you a kind of confidence that yes, you know what, I'm certified. And that's one thing I've been doing for a few batches now. I'll work more on making sure that you all receive it. Last one is preparing for interviews. And even this will change, team. Let me close the poll and share it. So learning new skills, building and upgrading CV, getting certified. These are the three biggest things that people are looking at. Then looking at preparing for interviews, not so much yet, but this number will increase in the next 2-3 weeks as you're getting to build your CV more, as you're learning new skills, and as you're getting certified and getting confident about the certification, you'll start preparing for interviews, team. Okay, so don't stop that. That 38% should increase. Exposure to real life projects, and that is 25%. I would love to see 100%, because if you cannot showcase what you have done, and it's not necessarily through us, you even if you're doing it at your end, that is something you need to talk about. How do you take that and show what you're doing? Because end of the day, credibility is critical, and we need to. Did I share? I think I shared it, right? We saw this. So perfect. I don't have any more polls. I do, but one second. Last one, team as a poll. Current work status. Working currently and good with my position. Recently got out of project and actively looking out. No work experience. Will need guidance on career in 2025. Working but need to upgrade skills. There's another question. Just wondering if you'll start from basic and build up. Yes, I will go from very, very fundamental basics, AI fundamentals, Python, very basic fundamentals, and then build. So tomorrow will be a very fundamental day. Then we have the entire week for us to refresh. And then next week we'll do a little bit more advanced next weekend, uh, Saturday, Sunday. And again, you'll have a week to just brush up, and week after that, more advanced topics. So about 4 weekends, and each weekend will gradually increase. By end of 4 weeks, we'll cover everything. Okay. Excuse me, sorry about that. What else did I want to show? I got 90% votes on this too. I want to close that, and let's see, close and share. Okay. What question did I ask? What is work status? So about 11% of you working, 33% recently got out of project and actively looking. So that's a big number, team. And 0% is with no work experience. And the reason is also, uh, I don't think I've really targeted the younger student community. Even someone who's in a 10th grade onwards, Python is being pushed even from 5th, 6th grade now. They're having to learn basics of AI in school as well. My son is in 6th grade and he's already being exposed to Python and so on. So I'm glad that some trainer will take a attempt to teach Python, and then maybe I'll get my second chance to do it from my end. I would love to teach. I love teaching. But yes, team. So this is important. It is important to understand where we are. That way we can move forward. A goal and mission, team. So what is my goal and vision? It's very simple. In 2008, my goal was automation and coding is easy. And that is where I started teaching QTP and then Selenium. And then so many tools came, Cucumber, Karate, robot frameworks. I built Anyot, and so much things that happen. One thing that everyone was talking about is I'm a QA engineer. I don't know coding and or hate coding. So for me, it was very important to change that concept to explain that coding is easy, even without AI and all that at that time, just doing Google search. So mission is to make sure that you have confidence to learn new AI skills consistently and apply for a better career. I don't even know if it's a good goal or mission. Let me take it and put it and refine it from Notebook LM. But that's where we want to go, team. Help me. Is this the right one? Build a goal for me and my students for September AI training. Once I gave the context, example, confidence to learn new skills consistently and apply for a better. Once you learn which AI tools is more suitable for you, you can start using it. Now, the same questions I can ask even ChatGPT and say, hey, ChatGPT, help me out with something there, or Grok, or anything like that. For it, all it requires is it's always good to add some context. So I would go and maybe September AI trainings. And I got one document called Generative AI and LLMs for Dummies team. This is good from um, Snowflake. So large data and how they're doing. Let's do some research on that. So once this session is done, I'm basically going back to focusing on learning new skills on it. All right, did it generate something for me? Let's see. AI training is to empower participants with foundational AI, Python expertise, practical tool proficiency, and confidence to build and automate and apply AI solutions. It's a big one, but yeah, that's more like it. Cultivate foundational AI and Python mastery. Develop hands-on tool proficiency. So tools are very critical, team. We have to have at least a dozen or 2 dozen tools which are doing AI jobs in your profile going forward. That should be your target if you're serious about getting or staying relevant in the industry. If you have a secure job and it's not a threat, don't worry, learn AI for interest, because students are, I mean, everyone is really having to use them and apply them. Building practical AI solutions. This is where you get your confidence. This is where you get your certifications. This is where you can add real content onto your resume. So keep building them. Foster a career ready and adaptable mindset. There we go. Constant learning. Once you lose the fear of learning and you get into the mode that, okay, I'm able to learn new concepts quickly, then you can rapidly keep deploying it. Once you go back to the job, you have to continue that cycle. All right, great. So that's that. And let's see if I go to Notebook LM, create a new one, and choose this file. So my research these days is all about also trying to use AI and help me identify. So this was a nice document, generative AI and LLMs for dummies, well prepared, but I don't have all the time to go through each and every page in it. And it was, so what I did is now I summarized it for us. And all I have to do is generate a mind map, an audio overview, and listen to it. Did you guys get a chance to look at the link that I shared earlier for Notebook LM and able to access it? Can I get a yes or no, please? You got it and you're able to access it. Good. I don't know if you can edit it, but at least that gives some confidence. And the reason I'm showing you this team is there is a lot to learn. How do we learn? And this is the way we can learn, where we take a lot of content, putting it into AI, concise it, and try and get me quick response. When I want to deep dive, I will deep dive. But as long as we want to be a little shallow, we should be able to do that too. What is this for? Um, generative AI and LLM? Snowflake, for dummies. All right. Questions. So it got me a mind map. That's a quicker output. There's an introduction and then 5 steps to generative AI, chapter 6. So there's 6 chapters, every chapter. So you take an ebook, you take a large video and put it in, and you'll get the same details. So for example, I took the recent ITeLearn videos from the YouTube channel and I added them somewhere. And it is able to concise everything of what I did in the trainings. So keep accessing it, team. That's important for you. Uh, okay. Have access enabled to view. Thank you. So there we are, team. What's next? Let me know if I'm playing an audio, you are able to hear it. It's still generating, but I think this one has it. It has an FAQ. That's good. I like FAQs, team. And the typical questions that the team were asking about the schedule and so on, if you go to GoToWebinar, the link that is shared in the email, you'll get the exact schedule. Weekends, Saturday, Sunday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pacific. Weekdays, 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific. Srinivas, you had your hand raised. Srinivas, I have you unmuted. You can unmute at your end and let me know.
Hi,
And
Karthik.
hello.
Good
Hi.
morning. Good morning. Thank you very much for the overview of on the modules. Karthik, I have one question. So, as once we complete this, all the models which you have discussed, do we market ourselves as a because currently I'm in a QA role or with doing my automation with the Selenium. Thankfully, I got your training previously, like 4 years back from QA automation only. Thanks for that. And currently my focus will be on only QA. So after these tools, do we have to project ourselves, like market ourselves, or we can go with the developer roles, or as a QA only in specific, or in a QA like a architect level?
So, okay, that's a good question. So AI engineer, AI architect, AI manager is a new skill we'll add to your earlier one. So let us say you're a QA engineer. You'll still have QA engineer or an SDET, or let's say automation
Yeah,
tester,
that's right. Yeah, this all the same. Yeah.
correct? And then we will say something that is AI also as part of it. Now, your last project that you're working on, let us say, for example, we're working on Foxes. So for Foxes, you will say that you are an AI engineer in test, maybe. So you were more focused for testing. Or you could talk about AI engineer for web app dev or for quality engineering. So you're not changing, your previous projects will all remain the same. Now, if you go into the market with only the previous projects where you were a QA engineer or manager or any of these, then we are not in line with what the market is expecting. So you want to put for some project or others like this, you want to put certifications, you want to put a list of all tools you're proficient in. So that is how you build it further. And I want to focus a good portion of my last sessions on those, on how we do and go from there. But even from the first session that we'll do tomorrow, I'll start guiding exactly. We learned AI fundamentals. How do we start putting it into a profile? We're doing some vibe coding or co-play with Python learning. We'll start putting them. It's very important as we go through the training. Don't wait till the end of it. We keep doing it, updating your profile along with it. Any questions, Srinivaslu, further on
No,
this?
thank you very much, Karthik. It explained me so much. And Karthik, and so you said Saturday, Sunday, 8 to 11. And what is that weeks? We have
Eh,
weekdays also?
So weekdays, 6 p.m. Pacific
Okay.
to 7 p.m. an hour,
Uh-huh.
which is 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What we do is a few of the members also want to do deep dive project. So we're
Okay.
building an application called Foxes very actively. And these team members are helping me build them. So while I'm showing you the front end of it, which is still upcoming, um, we as a team are continuing to learn how to use AI to build applications, to test them, to do cloud integration, everything. So you basically will add many more capabilities into your section or into your profile as we go through more and more on these. So the weekdays we are working on research project.
Perfect. So this whatever I'm enrolling, I'm also eligible for that one also, right, Karthik?
That is correct.
Okay. Thank you, Karthik. That's it from my
You're
side.
welcome. You're welcome. Um, any other questions, team? So plan is we're meeting tomorrow. I'll try and put this video back on YouTube. That way you can look at it. But there's a lot of interesting things, team. And for example, Cursor is something that we use actively, not only for web app development, but also to do testing and build various features and so on. So very interesting. And this is one of the 20 odd tools that we'll get exposed to as we go further. All right, everyone. Thank you then. You have a good day. We'll see you back tomorrow at 8 a.m. Pacific, which is 11 a.m. Eastern. Um, and if there's anything else, yeah, reach back.
Thank you, Karthik. Have a great day.
Thank you. One second. I think Vivek has a question. I'll just take that last. Anyone else, please raise your hand early so that we don't have others also waiting. Vivek, yes, you are self-muted. You can unmute maybe, or if you don't have a question, then Sweta, unmuting you.
Karthik, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, loud and clear.
Can you hear me, Karthik?
Yes, I can, Shweta. I can hear you loud and clear. I don't know if you are able to hear me. I'll send you a chat
Hello?
message. Yes, can hear you. I guess Shweta is unable to hear me.
Yeah, can you
Can,
hear me now? I think I can
yes,
hear you. Yeah. Sorry, Karthik. Hi, Karthik. So my question was, you just sent us the notebook LM link. This is my
yeah.
first time looking at it. Is there anything you want us go through in it or just
Uh,
explore in it, by clicking
sure,
several links?
sure. So let's go to that link and see how it looks. I'll go on a private browser or
Okay.
Chrome.
Yeah,
That
it is
way.
showing us left side bunch of YouTube videos, and there is
Okay,
another window.
okay, sure. So, and in fact, there was a message on chat that I just received saying this notebook LM is fantastic. I had no clue about it. So these are things that we learn. Okay, let's look at it. So left side is my sources. I can
Okay.
add, or I don't even know what is discover. So maybe if I say, describe something you'd like to learn, AI latest trends, and I'll just do a web search and see. It'll get some more sources. So I'm adding sources. Notebook LM will not look at the overall internet to give you answers. It'll only look at the content that you represented here. So let us say I am an organization and I have a lot of my accounts and financial documents or invoices. I can just upload them all and ask any questions about it and it'll give me an answer. Let's say I have a PRD or a test plan or a test strategy and a lot of testing data. I'll upload them and I can ask any question on it. So in the center is your chat box where you can ask various questions and it'll start answering only relevant to the sources that you've uploaded. And on the right side, you have these features called Studio. Mind map, which gives you that interactive way to look at anything and say, oh, what are the 9 AI skills to master? Let's see. Do I know all of them? AI powered data analysis. Do I know this? How and what are people doing? So you can continuously spend time and research on one specific topic. Now, then there is audio overview in Studio. It's a nice recording where like two people are speaking to each other. So let's play this. I think this is a video overview that it generated. And if I like to listen to podcasts, so anything that I did, it will try and put it in that format. Are you able to hear that audio? No.
Yes.
Oh, you can hear the audio of the speaker?
Yeah, little bit. Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. Yeah, so this is available. And see, it's got this was beautiful video that I saw, team. It was a very recent one. How do I get that link? There we go. Okay, one second. Let me pause this. Uh, so this everything that I've put based on it generated this, including our September training agenda and all that. And here is the YouTube link. So you can click on watch on YouTube and keep going in that direction one after the other and see. So this was a great documentary that I watched on evolution of Python from the creators and how it survived and so on. Uh, I'm using Notebook LM to actively concise my learning and quickly be able to get some actions. And there's briefing DOF, FAQ, and all that. You can go through any of them. Once you generate, you should be able to say, even if I'm not logged in, if I say timeline, it is generating it. So I can go to my section and see. So timeline is basically if there's one video, it can give you the entire timeline. I don't know how it will do it now for when there's so many documents and videos in it. All right. I think it added some more sources because I said discover. But that is how you continue to play around. Did I answer your question, Sweta? And did anyone else have
Yes, yes,
questions?
yes. Thank you, Karthik.
You're welcome. So only three sections, sources, chat, and studio. Those are the main things. And if you go to the main notebook LM, for each thing, you can create a new notebook. There are some featured notebooks public, and then for everything that I do, I try and keep some notebooks so I'm able to quickly go back and concise what we do. I had someone else muted. If you have a question, let me know. I can handle a few more. Any question, please don't hesitate. All right. Let's see. Okay, this is a very brief overview of me team. I don't know if I ever got a chance to say, but if someone is new, this is my name, Sai Karthik Kosireddy. Officially, I have a much longer name, but that's the concisest version. I've been in LA, Los Angeles, since 2005. So that's my base, and that's where I operate most of my times from. At a high level, I've been into technical sales leadership positions. Off late, I've been more on AI, and I've been always on the automation for a long time. I've also done a lot of coaching, mentorship, and advisory teams. So not only for individuals who are looking to learn and grow career, but also for large corporations and organizations where they want to technically grow. I've only done my Bachelor of Engineering, never got a chance to work on anything beyond Masters or MBA or so. But I was very glad that even without an MBA and so on, I could work on growing into the sales side, pre-sales. So I spent almost a decade uh, handling Fortune 5 customers, like 15, $20 million account, 2,000, 3,000 kind of account portfolio in people size, multiple locations. And that gave me a lot of exposure. But I always wanted to go back to my core on computer science engineering skills. And that is where training, product engineering, I built a lot of solutions. Last 9 months, I've been very focused, learning, teaching, and research. And this is where I'm able to use AI to fulfill some of my old dreams in technology and where we going. And primarily my current focus, we want to do a much greater learning platform, more the digital and also how I provide the content to you all. Now there are topics that are interesting with AI and automation that the world is adopting. So there's a lot of exciting things that I would be glad to teach. So automation is something I've been teaching since 2009 via QTP and then so on. But AnyAuto was something that I built in 2015. We did almost a dozen good implementations, but it was not sufficient for me. Now, Foxes is a revolutionized product that is built on AnyAuto concepts using AI. So that's where I'm focusing on teaching and the product. And that's about me at a high level. Yes, that's right, Vivek. You can chat in the question section during the live sessions. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you all tomorrow. Appreciate your participation and your interest. Bye all. Thanks. Have a good one. Thank you.